I'm a lonely Goomba, stuck between two pipes. Well, guess I'll keep on gaming for the rest of my life. Super Monkey Ball, a game which requires extreme precision, concentration, and a high level of skill. One wrong move results in the death of this cute, innocent little monkey. Even the absolute slightest of mistakes is all it takes to screw up. Precision is key. It's pretty intense. Now imagine all that, but on a Game Boy Advance, an handheld that can barely manage 3D graphics and only has a D-pad. I mean, that sounds terrible, right? Only a complete buffoon would even think of doing such a thing. But well, they did it. The madmen did it. I present to you Super Monkey Ball Jr. on the Game Boy Advance. But well, did they manage to pull it off? Or is it just a little novelty that you look at for 5 minutes and go, that's pretty neat, and then never play it again? Well, it's time to find out. And to be honest, the first impressions are pretty good. I mean really, any game that starts off with that Sega jingle is alright with me. Sega! And the menu is just like the original game too. Well, if you smothered your TV with some Vaseline, but still, it's pretty neat. But, well, the actual gameplay and... Okay, first impressions, and it's not actually too bad. I'm kinda shocked. I mean, look at this. It's a 3D game on the Game Boy, and it runs smoothly, and honestly, it looks pretty good. You even got a nice little lens flare going on here. I mean, everyone knows lens flares make things look better. Just ask any teenager using Photoshop for the first time. They know what I'm talking about. Really though, the Game Boy must be working overtime to get this game to run. I feel like if I spend too long here, my Game Boy is gonna melt or something. And there's not really much you can do with a melted Game Boy, I'm afraid. Other than, maybe spread it on some toast. Which, well, actually, nah, that'll never work. I tell you what would work though, NordVPN. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. A NordVPN sponsorship. Ooh, it's so shiny, and you can join me in this moment too, upon clicking on that big old blatant link in the description and getting NordVPN. I mean, being stuck between two pipes really limits what you can do on the internet. Netflix in the Mushroom Kingdom, it only has like 2 shows. It bleeding sucks. Slap NordVPN on it and I'm watching quality programming from around the world with no restrictions, such as Sexy Beast. That's some quality programming right there. So check out nordvpn.com/TheLonelyGoomba and use the code TheLonelyGoomba and you get yourself a 2-year plan plus 4 additional months for a huge discount. And if you think it sucks, there's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So what have you got to lose? You get NordVPN, you help support my channel, I mean everyone wins. So check it out, and thanks for NordVPN for sponsoring my channel. Going back to the game then, and in terms of the controls, since you're on a D-pad this time, they have to change it up a bit. See, you can press the A button to tilt the stage more than usual, or press the B button to tilt it less, so you can be more precise. It works quite well. I mean, to be honest, the entire beginner mode in this game is a blast. I'm super impressed. But well, that's the beginner mode. The levels are simple, the paths are wide, and you don't need precise movement. But once you move on to the higher difficulties, the cracks start to show a bit. It's not so much the level designs at this point, it's the time limits. Since the controls aren't as precise, you really find yourself moving a lot more slowly, but the game doesn't care. It wants you to speed through these levels like an actual monkey ball game. I mean, it only gives you 30 seconds to do this level. And what's the rush? And this level here only had 1 second left. I mean, this game isn't messing around. It's around floor 15 on advanced mode where the game starts to get difficult and the controls start to get annoying. It's still manageable, but the novelty is definitely starting to wear off a bit now. I mean really, why am I even playing this game? It's completely redundant. Yet here I am, and I'm going for 100% too, meaning I must complete every difficulty without using a single continue. You know, I'm starting to think I might be a sadist or something, to be honest, but well, it's going pretty well until we get to expert mode. And well, look at this crap. You got shorter time limits, narrower paths, more bumpers. It's just a bit frustrating because looking at it, it doesn't even look hard. If this was on the console version, it would be a piece of piss, but on the GBA, well, it's like trying to wipe your arse whilst wearing oven mitts. it just isn't happening. I'm getting a bit frustrated actually, so I'm just going to take a break and check out some of the mini games. And you know what? They're proper nailed these. You got Monkey Fight, Monkey Bowling, Monkey Golf, and Monkey Duel, which no one in the history of gaming has ever played because you need 2 copies of a game to play it. So I literally have no idea what that is, but it's probably just racing through the single player mode or something. Monkey Fight then, and it's perfect. It looks good, it controls well, it's the real deal. The only problem is, the power-ups are completely broken. I mean, get this spinning glove item and you basically win. Just look at this shit. I go from 15 points to almost 100 in seconds. And man, if you combine the giant glove and the spinning glove, well, may God have mercy on their souls. 190 points. So basically, the game isn't even remotely balanced. But I don't think anyone's playing Monkey Fight as a highly competitive esport or something, so who cares? It's fun. On to bowling, and I'm not gonna lie, I love this too. This is unironically probably the best bowling game on the Game Boy. And it's a Monkey Ball Junior no less. See, you set the aiming, the power, and then you can add some spin. It takes some practice, but it's super satisfying once you get it down. You'll be sniping pins down in no time. So yeah, that's 2 for 2 on the minigame so far. Last up, and it's golf. And well, I mean, the effort is here, but it's probably the weakest of the games. The problem is, there's just too much trial and error with the power. Like, you know what you want to do, and you know how to do it, but it's just a guessing game really with the power. And man, some of these levels are just flat out throws. Towards the end, they start looking more like actual monkey ball stages than golf. I mean, take a look at Hole 9. It's an absolute nightmare. And to rub salt in the wound, you can unlock another 9 stages too. The only minigame to get extra content, and it's the worst bleeding one. You know, still better than Mario Golf Super Rush though. Nah, I'm just kidding. Maybe. And well, that was a nice break, but it's time to finish expert mode without using a continue on all 30 stages. And if it's anything like past titles, we'll unlock master mode for doing it. You know, I think it's time for the epic Monkey Ball Jr. montage. Here we go. Okay, stop a montage for a bit. Stage 24 can suck a big one. See, it's the name of the company that developed this game, Realism. That's cute, right? Well, no, because this stage can suck my dick in all honesty. I got more game overs on the stage than the rest of the game combined. I bloody hate it. Anyway, resume montage. And we've made it to the final level, and it's a gauntlet of previous stages. Seriously, it is like 4 stages in one. We got the rotating penises, we got the extreme penetration devices, and heck, we even got the narrow moving paths, and then even more spikes, just in case you wanted to come back for seconds. And we ended off with a mad dash to the finish line, because finishing this level in 60 seconds is like trying to wipe your arse with oven mitts whilst competing in the Olympic javelin event. And I can attest to that. Luckily though, we've got some support from our friends in the background. They're rooting for me to succeed. Thank you, Joe Dozer, Big O, and Doshin the Giant. I couldn't have done this without your support. Well, I did it. I did every stage with no continues, which unlocks 3 extra stages, which I doubt more than 10 people in the entire world have ever played. And just like that, it's time for Master Mode, the final challenge. And you know what's really sad? It turns out you can just buy Master Mode from this menu by spending points you've collected. You didn't even need to do Expert Mode. It's like the developers knew that no one would ever actually complete Expert Mode, so they just give you Master Mode anyway. Typical. So this is it, the final challenge. And look, I'm not sure how it's possible, but this makes Expert Mode seem like Weenie Hut Jr. by comparison. I mean, this is hell. Literally, look at this place. I's probably being roasted alive in there. It probably stinks too. I mean, really, it's probably just really unpleasant in that ball all around, let's be honest. Anyways, the levels, and as you can see, I ain't doing too good. Master 2 particularly gives you no time. That's why I'm dying a lot. I'm rushing. I'm stressed. I've done this entire game in one sitting, and it's starting to get to me. And then the next stage is just a piss take. I mean, it's really easy, and then it throws this at the end. I mean, where do I even start? I've taken shits wider than that path. I mean, seriously, just get out of that ball and walk across, No one's gonna think less of you. I mean, I'm not here to question your lifestyle choices, but this is just becoming a problem at this point. Everyone's worried about you. And then we've got stage 4, which looks easy enough, right? Well, you probably won't be able to tell just by looking at it, but the entire stage is moving. Oh yes, it's moving alright, and it makes the simplest of movements a nightmare. You're constantly fighting it, but it just won't let up. It's like if Mike Tyson was turned into a monkey ball stage during a horrific scientific experiment or something, but anyways, I digress. We finally beat it with 0.3 seconds left, which is pretty insane. And now, the final stage. This is it. And it's a big one. You got this big ass slope with tons of bends and next to no time to do it. You just gotta go 4 speed, rolling around at the speed of sound. You've got places to go and you've got to follow that rainbow. You just can't stick around, you've got to keep moving on. It's a tough level alright, and I lost count how many times I died, to be honest. I just hope the announcer guy's getting paid overtime for this. He's gonna have a right nasty sore throat by the end of this. One time, right, I even made it to the bottom. I thought I'd finally beat it, but the bastards thought it would be funny to put a gap in the final path without any warning. I mean, they're fucking trolls for a lot of them. But I did it. I mastered Monkey Ball Junior. I'm not sure why, not even sure what I'm doing in my life anymore, but we did it. And what do we get as a reward? Well, this might surprise you, but you get something really quite amazing. It's so rare that there's literally nothing about it on the internet either. Heck, maybe I'm the first person to ever see it. In fact, it's so good, I'm not even going to tell you what it is. You're just going to have to finish the game yourself and find out. But oh, that's the game. So, how was it? Does it live up to the console counterparts? Well, no. I mean, it starts off okay. Beginner mode is fun. Advance is a bit wonky, but otherwise pretty good. I mean, really, I think Advance is probably where they should have stopped, because Expert mode is just bleeding awful. So yeah, the game is just a little novelty that you look at for 5 minutes and go, huh, that's pretty neat, and then never play it again. It has no reason to exist. It wasn't even particularly good at the time. I mean, who is it for? It's too difficult for kids, but the controls are too crappy for serious Monkey Ball fans. Just a waste of effort, really. Well, other than that absolutely amazing 100% completion reward, that made it all worth it. In fact, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna tell you what it is, but promise not to tell anyone else, okay? Just keep it a secret. It's... And the patron of the week is PMCBS8DB, which sounds like an auto-generated password.